What's up, guys? Jamie here. I wanted to do a video after yesterday's podcast. One, to put a face to the voice, and two, because so many people contacted me about it that I felt that perhaps doing a video might help some people out. It's a hard thing to admit. It's a hard thing to come out and say that you've got issues. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So if you are one of those people that's contacted me, and I'm not going to name any names, it's not my business. It's confidential. If you come and speak to me, it's confidential. It's between me and you. I'm just here to help. But if you are one of those people, then well done. You know, you've made that first step. You're making that baby step. You know, and it's a hard step to take. It's not nice admitting that there's something wrong. It's not at all. But you're getting there. Now, I want to share some things that I did initially to try and get these demons off my back and to change my life. And the first thing that I did do was I went and got a journal, and I started on the computer. I started typing it out, but for me that wasn't effective. I prefer writing personally. So my advice would be to go and buy a journal, write down your thoughts and feelings, and then burn it. And vision those thoughts being burnt out of your mind as well. I really want you to think about that whilst you're burning that piece of paper with all those horrible feelings on it and all those horrible thoughts and whatever those thoughts are that are stuck in here. I want you to imagine as you're writing them out, they're coming out of here onto the paper and you're burning them and they're leaving, and that's it, they're gone. And this might not sound effective, it might sound like I'm being stupid, but just try it and see what happens. The second thing, at the back of that journal, I want you to start writing a gratitude journal. And this is something that I did, because I didn't realise how many things I had to be grateful for. And once you realise how much you got to be grateful for, the list just keeps rolling. You've only got to start with 2 or 3 things. And if you really can't think of anything, then I'll give you some examples. You've got food on the table, you've got clothes on your back, you've got a roof over your head, you've got family around you, you've got friends around you. There is something in your life that you can be grateful for. Always. Always. As hard as it may feel to actually get that out, I guarantee there's something that you can be grateful for. And more than one thing, more than one thing, more than 2 things. By the time you finish this list, once you start going, you start flowing with it, you're going to have pages. I had pages full of shit that I had to be thankful for. Pages. Absolute pages of it. It's incredible. And I felt once I started writing it out, I got emotional. I got really emotional once I realised that there are so many people that are around me that are trying to help me. And I was thankful for that. I was truly, truly grateful for that. And I've got so many good friends that were there for me. So many good friends. And the thing is that right now you may feel like you're stuck in a rut. You may feel that you're worthless, that, I don't know, there's so many different things that be going through your head. I know, I've been there. I've had those feelings. And you're going to feel like you're alone. But I can tell you straight up, from my perspective, you are not alone. I've been there. I've had these thoughts. I've had these thoughts that I didn't want to be here anymore, and that the world would be better if I wasn't here. I felt like I was a problem. I felt like I was a problem that needed to be solved and got rid of. That's how I felt, genuinely, inside. And it was my mind telling me that. My mind was telling me that I'm worthless and that no one likes me and that I can't be myself because people won't like me. But man, I was so fucking wrong. So fucking wrong. And the thing is, like, some of the people that have contacted me saying, I don't feel like I could be myself. If you genuinely feel that way, and you feel that the people that are around you won't accept you if you come out of your shell, and no matter what it is that you've got inside you that you want to bring out, if they're not going to accept you for that, get them out of your life. Straight up, get them out of your life, because they don't deserve to be there. They don't deserve to be around when you come out as the best version of yourself, because that's what's going to happen. Once you come out of your shell, you are going to start becoming the best version of yourself, and it is the most incredible experience you'll ever go through. Incredible. Once you start realizing your worth, your self-worth, once you start loving yourself and realize that deep down inside you really love yourself, you can look at yourself in the mirror, and no matter what people say about you, people can say you're skinny, people can say you're fat, people can say you're ugly, I don't care. Like, people can say whatever. When you look in the mirror and you truly love yourself for who you are, that is something special, and you feel that inside. You genuinely feel that inside. Now, I mean, Crohn's disease, I've been underweight. I've been 9 stone, 9.5 stone. I spent majority of my life at 10 stone. I'm 5'9". For someone that's 5'9", that's skinny, that's small. I didn't have a muscular frame. I don't have a broad frame. I'm small. And people would tell me all the time, oh, you look skinny, you look ill. And it would put me down. It would put me so low. And a lot of people would think, oh, I love for people to tell me I'm skinny. No, you wouldn't. Not if you was in my position. It just makes you feel worse. It makes you feel close to death when people are telling you that. But now I look in the mirror and I'm not much bigger than what I was. Not much bigger than what I was at all. I've got my diet on point and I'm working on it and I'm putting on weight and I'm feeling a lot better. But I love myself, and I can look in the mirror and be proud of myself. I can look at myself and say, no, that's I've created that. That's me. That's me right there. And I genuinely look upon myself with love. And that's something you need to work on. You need to look in the mirror every single day. Look at yourself deep in the mirror and show yourself some gratitude. Show yourself some love. If you feel like people around you are giving it to you, give it to yourself. Serious, give it to yourself. People around you love you anyway, and you'll realise that after time. You'll realise that these people that you may be arguing with, I was arguing with people, I was arguing with friends and family. But they're arguing with you because they know something's up. You can feel it. You can feel when someone's not right, when they're not being themselves. You can feel it. I can feel it all the time. If I'm around someone that I know maybe a little bit anxious, a little bit depressed, then I'm going to talk to them. And a lot of people are going to think this guy's talking shit, like this guy's fucking crazy. I don't care. A lot of people think I'm fucking crazy anyway for some of the shit that I believe, but once you start doing this and once you start seeing what you're going to achieve with it, you're probably going to start feeling the same way and thinking the same things. And it's incredible. It's truly incredible. And I can't wait for people to come back to me and say, Jay, this fucking works. This actually works. For real. And it's gonna be fantastic. A few other things I want to say. I mean, throughout the years, when I was younger, I used to smoke a lot of weed in my young teen years, and at that time I wasn't very happy at all, and especially being in secondary school, I couldn't be myself at all, and a lot of people probably felt the same way, and a lot of people didn't come out of their shell till after school. I really didn't feel like I could be myself, so I spent the majority of my school life stoned every day, because it was an escape from reality, is what it was. And that's what all of these things are: drugs, alcohol, women, buying expensive things, going and buying fucking stupidly expensive clothes and cars and all that kind of shit. It's an escape from reality. And a lot of people, you might sit there and watch movies and watch TV series, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you enjoy movies and watching TV, then cool, carry on. But for some people, it's an escape from reality because you don't like the reality that you're in. But you're creating that reality. And the drugs, the alcohol, the gambling, it's not going to solve anything. You can do as many drugs as you like, and you're still going to get that come down, and you're still going to feel worse. You can finish that bottle, but you might feel happy that evening, or that night, or that day. You ain't going to feel happy the next day. You can go buy that new car, those new clothes, new pair of trainers, whatever. You can look for that external source of happiness, but it's not going to fulfill you for long. Once you realise that you're not truly happy inside, you're going to realise that external source, it's not doing anything for you. Truly. And some people, I know what it's like. You get an endorphin release when you get something new, or when you're out. And the thing is, with drugs, they're very clever, because you do ecstasy or you do cocaine, and it is releasing chemicals in the brain, which then you release dopamine, serotonin, all sorts into the brain. I've done drugs over the years. I did ecstasy. I've done cocaine. I've done all sorts of things in that search for external happiness, and it didn't work. And I realised why I was searching for that, and that hurts even more. When you realise that you're doing these things to escape from the reality that you're in, it hurts even more. That pain is real. That's real pain. To try and escape from something that you're not happy with, to try and set something right by not being in your own conscious mind, it's not right, because once you realise that your conscious mind is what's driving you, your conscious mind of who you really are is something incredible. The individual that you are is something out of this world, and you cannot imagine, and I'm telling you this right now, you cannot fathom what you are going to be. Once you get your head right, once you work all of this simultaneously, once you get it all working correctly, once you get your body, your mind and your spirit all working in synchronization, you cannot fathom what is going to happen and how it's going to create your life. I promise you that. I promise you that. And I want people to come back to me on that as well. I want people to come back to me and say, whenever they feel it, whenever they feel that moment that everything's in synchronicity, I want them to come back to me and say, look, Jay, I can't believe it. My life right now is incredible. It's incredible. All of these amazing things are happening. I'm meeting all these amazing people. I'm doing all these amazing things. I've got so much exciting stuff going on, because that's what's going to happen. Once you come out of your shell, you're going to meet people. And if you don't meet new people, you're going to engage in new relationships with old people, your old friends, your family. I've got friends that I've been friends with for fucking 20 years. And our relationship now is so much stronger than it has been over the past 20 years. I've got friends that I've been with for 3 years, 5 years. And our relationship is so much stronger now. I've got people that I don't even speak to on a regular basis, that our relationship is so fucking strong that I can call them up whenever I want. And we can go for a beer, or we can go out, we can go do something. I can call them for help and they'll be there. And I know that. Same with family. My brother, if I need anything, I can call my brother at any time. It doesn't matter. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning. I can call him up and say, in a bad way, man, can you help me out? And he'll be there. And he was trying to help me through the struggle for a long time. He knew something was up. But I didn't let him in. I didn't tell him. Never told him until it was too late. And he's had his struggles too. And he's worked through it. And he's facing his demons. We've all got to face our demons. Everyone's got demons. And you've got to take that hard, long look in the mirror and face those demons and fight those demons, battle those demons. And you won't regret it. You won't regret it at all once you realise the life that is beyond that. Because right now you're in a comfort zone. And that sounds stupid for me to say, that you're in a comfort zone, because you probably don't feel very comfortable. But you're in a life that you recognise, and you're in a character role that you recognise. Once you leave that and you get into the discomfort zone of being yourself for the first time, getting yourself out there, letting people see the real you, doing things that you never thought you would have done, doing things that you genuinely want to do from the bottom of your heart. You may have some hobbies that people will think stupid. People will think it's fucking ridiculous. When people found out I started doing yoga, I was not the kind of person that would be doing yoga. No. People were laughing at me. My friends were laughing at me. And they weren't doing it maliciously. They were just like, Jay, what the fuck? Well, when did you start doing yoga? What's that about? I love doing yoga. I do it every day. I think it's fantastic. It's one of the best things I've ever done. It's when I can be truly aware of myself. My body is working in synchronicity with my mind, and I can be truly aware of myself. I check in with myself, see how I'm feeling. I'd recommend it to anyone. I definitely recommend it to anyone. You should definitely try it out. See how you feel with it. See if you can create a new hobby from it. See if you can meet some new people through it. Definitely. And if you've got another hobby that you're embarrassed to talk about, something that you think people will laugh at you about, don't even tell them. Just go and do it. Just tell people you're busy and you've got something to do, and go and do that new hobby. Meet some new people doing it. Go rock climbing, go hiking, go dancing, whatever it is, go and do it. Get out of your comfort zone and go and do it, because I guarantee you, once you've done it, once you get there and that anxiety wears off you, you're going to have an incredible time. I've been there, I've done that. I've had those anxieties. I've been scared of doing things. I've been scared of getting out of my comfort zone. And I got out of my comfort zone and went and did things I wasn't comfortable with. I went and did that. And it was the most incredible experience of my life. Incredible, because it gives you a rush, because you realise that you are so much more. You are so much more. You're worth so much more. And when you start realising that, and it's, as I say, it's baby steps. You're going to do one thing and that's going to lead on to another thing and another thing and another thing. Your life's going to change. It's going to completely change. You might not be doing the same job. You might not be friends with the same people. You might make new friends. You might reconnect with old friends. You might move away. You might go travelling. I don't know. You don't know. You just got to wait and see what happens. But I promise you, it's going to be incredible. We're going to fight through this. If you need someone to talk to and you don't feel like you have someone to talk to, my email's on here. You can send me an email. My number's on here. You can send me a text. You can give me a call. You can hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you feel. You can do it anonymously if you want. If you tell me you don't want me to have your number, I won't save it. You text me saying, I don't want to tell you who this is. Please don't save my number. But this is what's going on with me right now. By all means, do that. I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're going through. I want to help. And there's so many other people out there that want to help you too. Your friends, your family. So many people out there that want to help you. They don't want to see you suffering anymore. Because it's not nice. It's not nice for people outside to see. Although it's not nice for the person inside to feel, it's not nice for the people outside to see. It's not at all. Once you realise that, you realise that it's time for change. And that's what this is. And if you're watching this video right now, this is your transition moment. This is your transition moment. This is the moment that you've been waiting for. You've looked at this video for a reason. You may be a friend of mine. You may not even know me, but you've come onto this video for a reason, because it's time for change. And I am the one that's telling you, now is the time. Now is the time to change. Now is the time to start making positive action towards things that you want, to create the life that you want, to create yourself. You have the opportunity right now to come out of your shell and recreate yourself. And I promise you, once people see you for the individual that you are, things are going to get incredible. Get rid of those habits. Get rid of those habits that you don't need. Eat healthy. Exercise. Get out in nature. Get out for a walk. All of these things people think is ridiculous. I go out into the woods, I switch my phone off, put some music in my ears, switch my phone off, and just go and walk in the woods. And I love it. I love it. Getting back in touch with nature. That's one of my things. I love doing that. And it gives you an incredible experience, and it gives you time on your own to really reflect on yourself, because that's what you got to do right now. As I say, I secluded myself for a little while. I'd see people, I'd meet people for beers. But other than that, I was at home and I was working on myself. I was battling demons. I was doing everything that I needed to get through this, to get onto the other side, to find that light at the end of the tunnel. And you may not have had the catalyst that I did. You may have already had that catalyst, but you ignored it and you carried on down the same path. But now you've got a new catalyst. You've got me. I'm your catalyst. I'm telling you to change. I'm telling you to up your game and be yourself. Get out of that fucking comfort zone that you've been in for such a long time. Get uncomfortable with being your new self, your real self. Get out there and explore it. Explore all of the incredible things that are waiting for you, because I promise you, you have got some incredible things waiting for you. And I can't wait to hear some feedback from people and tell me how fucking great their life is now. And if anyone who's on my Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you would have seen the post this morning about the Talk podcast that me and Charlie Walker are doing, which is a space for people like me to talk about feelings, talk about real life stuff, talk about journeys, talk about anything positive that you can tell me about your journey. I want to share that. I want to get that on the Talk podcast. I want to share ideologies. I want to share things. And you can do this anonymously. You haven't got to tell us who you are. We won't tell anyone who you are. You can upload this. We can change your voice on it. And you can upload this. If you think that you've got something that can change the way people think, change the world, or even you just want to get your feelings out there and talk about whatever it is, whether it's depression, anxiety, an illness, or whether it's just you just want to express your gratitude for what you have in life, record it, send it to us. We'll get it onto the podcast, and we're going to try and share as much as we can. We've contacted a lot of people because there's a lot of people that we want to get involved in this. We want everyone to try and do this. And it's therapy. I used it for therapy. You'll use it for therapy. And once you start speaking this, you're speaking your reality, constantly speaking your reality. You realise that after time. Even the way that you speak to people, the way that you speak to someone in the shop, you're creating that reality, right? So be positive, speak to people positively, be proud of yourself, be confident, pump that chest out, and just see how life changes for you. And as I've said, if you want to contact someone, you want to speak to someone, speak to me. I'm that person. I'm that person if you need it. If you feel that you can do this on your own, by all means, do it on your own. Take my advice, search for more advice, search for books. If you need book suggestions, go on my Instagram. I've got a few on there. First ones would be The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. Definitely give that a read. Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Give that a read. They're life changers. They're real life changing books. So definitely invest in those. For now, I'm signing out. I'm going to do more videos on this. I'm going to be posting a lot. And I might not necessarily be talking about depression. I might talk about some other subject that's on my mind that day. But for now, this is the right one for me. And I hope people heard my message. I hope that there's at least one person out there that's heard this, that it might change things for them. And thank you for listening. And I love you all.